Anderson, his uncle Keefe D, and two other men allegedly got into a white Cadillac and followed Knight and Tupac, who were in a black BMW en route to a club. Investigators allege it was Anderson who actually pulled the trigger.
Were you involved in any way in the death of Tupac Shakur?
No, I was not involved.
But he lying like a motherfucker. Look at his face.
After that interview with CNN, Keefe D is the only man who was in that white Cadillac who is still alive. He's now 63. No one says he pulled the trigger, but he was, they say, the shot caller. And under Nevada law, he can still be charged with murder.
Within the first few months of the investigation, our detectives knew most of the information I just briefed you on. However, we never had the necessary evidence to bring this case forward.
His own words, say investigators, were Keefe D's undoing.
Specifically, Dwayne Davis's own admissions to his involvement in this homicide investigation that he provided to numerous different media outlets.
He described the moment he says he handed Anderson, who he calls Lane, a gun while riding in the white Cadillac. It's an audio featured in the documentary Murder Rap, inside the Biggie and Tupac murders.
I gave it to Dre, and Dre was like, no. And Lane's like, you, Tupac.
But in July, Keefe D denied being involved in the killings, telling a Las Vegas news station he wasn't even in Nevada when Tupac was killed. Suge Knight is also still alive, right now serving 28 years for manslaughter in an unrelated case. He's on the prosecution's witness list.
I ain't worried, but I ain't
Wait, you can declutter unvented? Yep, earn cash from homeware. Fashion.
6 days after he was shot. And now, nearly 30 years later, Keefe D gets his day in court. Nick Walton, CNN, Los Angeles.
The long-awaited and much-talked-about trial for the murder of Tupac Shakur is finally getting underway in a Las Vegas courtroom. Jury selection set to begin this morning. In just a bit of time here, Tupac Shakur was killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas nearly 30 years ago at the height of his career. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is the only person ever charged in connection with his death. He has pleaded not guilty to one count of murder with the use of a deadly weapon. Now, Davis, who was arrested in 2023, is not actually being accused of pulling the trigger. He's not considered the gunman. Rather, prosecutors say he helped orchestrate the shooting, providing the gun to the gunman. Davis, as we mentioned,
Rest in peace, Tupac. Thank you for the updates, people.
So what they got you for, man?
You know what I'm saying?
Biggest case.
So who killed me and I want
Like recent?
Everybody hit that like button. Tupac's, that's me. What? Who has this guy, Tupac Shakur? He need to get life. Keefe D catching 80 years.
Joining me now, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense
Yeah,
attorney
I'm
Joey
about
Jackson.
to born as hell. Peace.
Before we get into this, one of the examples is
he said, I'm out too, born as hell.
Can be recorded and used against you.
Man, all this shit, boy, this is boring. I'm out. Somebody keep saying this. That shit for that's just comments coming from the CNC News. CNN News. Everybody hit that like button. We're talking about Tupac's trial. Talking about Tupac Shakur's trial. What, 96, 97? About over like 30 years ago now? Shit crazy, yeah? Keefe D snitched on his own self. He a dumb motherfucker, yo. Keefe D a dumb motherfucker, yeah?
But in this instance, the argument is that he waived that immunity because he's made so many public statements with regard to his involvement.
Keefe D a dumb motherfucker, y'all. So this is the guy they say killed Tupac or was involved with the murder of Tupac. Everybody know this shit for years, bro. We already know the suspects from years, man. Fuck out of here. We knew this shit like 30 years ago. Motherfuckers knew when this shit happened who the fuck it was.
That it corroborates his involvement and it corroborates his guilt. And as you know,
he told on his own self to make money. He told on his own self to make money on podcasts and shit, writing books and shit.
And that's what they're saying.
This nigga the dumbest dumb old motherfucker I know. Nigga snitched on himself. Even if he was involved with the killing, who the fuck was snitch on themselves? Who the fuck was snitch on themselves, yeah? Hit that like button, y'all. This is one dumb motherfucker right here. If you don't hit the like button, get the fuck out of here then. Get your bitch ass out of here.
In Las Vegas, because of who was killed and because of all of the rumors around who was responsible. There was
Yeah, if you don't hit that
feud
like
going
button,
on
then fuck
between
out of
these
here,
West
yo.
Coast rappers, and that has just taken on a life of its own. Finding
We having a
these 12
conversation about the
jurors,
Tupac
especially if they're
trial
of a certain
about 30
age,
years
they would
ago, or
know
over 30
about this
years.
case. How difficult do you think that would
Keefe
be?
D basically
So always
confessed, and now
challenging,
he
but
trying to deny
certainly
the
there are
confession.
mechanisms in place for that. And what are those mechanisms? Remember, Sarah, that you can challenge. They'll probably get. I'm thinking you need 12 jurors, of course, to sit in the box, but they'll likely get between 4 and 6 alternates in case someone gets sick. So when you're picking a jury, what happens is you're asking them questions.
YouTube, man, it's about to get real for Keefe D ass, man.
Do you know who Tupac was?
Who else is
Did you
following
really
this
admire his
Tupac
rap?
trial?
You think someone should be
And
held
like
accountable
I said,
even
let
if
it be
the
known
evidence was
too
established?
that they
You
might
can
bring
ask all those
Suge Knight out.
questions, but when
Suge
you're
Knight,
actually picking a
that's
jury,
Suge Knight
if the
right there.
juror
Tupac
says they're
Shakur.
biased, you can
You
excuse
dig?
them. It's called
It take
excusing
over
for
30
cause,
years
and
to get
that's
suspects that we
unlimited.
already
But then
know
there are
about and
these other
shit.
challenges called
Come on now,
the
YouTube.
re-challenges, in the weeds a little bit.
Let's be
but
for
each
real.
side gets
They
8
been
of
knew
those, and you
Keefe
could
D
excuse someone for
and
any
his nephew
reason
had
or
something
no
to do with
reason, as long as
Tupac's
it's not
death, y'all.
predicated upon
Come
some
on
type
now,
of
bro.
racial
They
reason,
been
etc.
knew that ever since
Jury
that jumping,
excusing them. And
ever
so
since
there
that jumping that happened inside them, Tupac is not dead, man. Tupac is dead, bro. Tupac is dead, bro. He ain't alive, man. Where he at now? Where he at? Let's be honest. All this technology that's all, yo, Vinny. All this technology that we got nowadays, it's like, come on now. Like Tupac's alive somewhere where if he was alive, he would have to be in a motherfucking cave somewhere. He couldn't everybody in the whole world basically knows Tupac. He couldn't unless he got a face transplant and all that shit. He changed the way his appearance looked. There's no way Tupac could just walk around in a different country like everybody think he can, or he definitely can't go be in a different state. So where the fuck is Tupac at? He'll have to live in a cave somewhere the rest of his life. What kind of life is that? You might as well just be dead. What kind of life is that? You can't be yourself. Like, what, he had witness protection? I mean, yeah, that could be one thing, but people seen Tupac get shot. Like, it ain't like he didn't get shot. He really got shot. It wasn't like it was some kind of AI and shit. AI wasn't even around back then. It was like it was a test dummy, some AI shit. Everybody hit that like button. So, my washing machine acting crazy. So where's Tupac at, y'all? If Tupac is not dead and nobody believes, a lot of people, just like people would still believe Elvis is a motherfucker. Even though people seen him in the casket, there's people that still think Tupac is alive. I saw Tupac in Cuba a few years ago. We ain't see no damn Tupac. Look at my bro right here, man. What did it do, huh? I ain't see you here in a minute, bro. What's up with it? You say you saw Tupac in Cuba. A lot of people actually said they seen him in Cuba before. So I ain't hold you on that. A lot of people did say they seen him in Cuba, right? But if he's alive, people in Cuba know Tupac. You think somebody would be like, yo, motherfucker, that's Tupac right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, people in Cuba, I was watching some videos about India. Straight Indian motherfuckers, right? Dot on their head was rapping Tupac songs. That's how this hip-hop shit stretches all over the world. Like, it's nowhere he can hide at. Even with this protection, like he'll have to stay in the house the rest of his life. Like if Tupac was in the house, where he never leaves the house, that's the only way he can like survive and be under some kind of, you know what I mean, under something where people don't know who the fuck he is. He can never go outside the rest of his life. I might as well be dead for real, right? Who wants to live like that? To be honest with you, that's just be for real, y'all. Who want to live like that? That's just a stupid ass way to live.
Publicly. Death Row
Keefe
Records
D, a
executive
retard.
Marion Suge Knight and Sean Diddy Combs.
And Suge Knight got shot in the head. He got grazed in the head. So that
killing has remained one of the most high-profile.
if it wasn't real, then how is it bullets in the car Tupac got hit at? That doesn't make sense if it was fake.
To begin next week.
Jury selection will resume Tuesday.
Marcus, salute, Marcus, salute with it. What up, Jersey Rich? Much respect, my brother. Much respect, bro. Bro, what you think about this Tupac trial now with Keefe D, bro?
He's pleaded not guilty. Tupac's killing.
What you think about this? What you think about this? What you think about this shit with Tupac? You know, over 30 years ago, Keefe D finally been confessing. This motherfucker been on Flag TV, been confessing to just to get money, because you know Flag gonna play for interviews, different podcasts gonna pay for Keefe D's to go and come and talk. So basically, he wrote books, and now he's reneging that, oh, I wasn't in the car when they my nephew. I don't know who shot Tupac. I don't know. What fuck nigga you told on yourself? What you think nobody's gonna ever come in like, you know what I mean, question you about that? You know what I mean? Motherfucking FBI people who follow hip hop and follow all these cases and shit like that, nigga, like, bruh. This is what happened when you think that you untouchable. This is that shit that happens when motherfuckers think they untouchable. You're not untouchable. I don't give a fucking 50 years go past. If you still alive, they'll fucking arrest you. Especially if you black. Your ass is getting locked up. That's a fact. It ain't no like, well, that happened 50 years ago. That happened like this. I think Keefe D stupid. He should have never. Yeah, he's stupid. Real stupid. He did it for money. He did it for money. It was him. It was for him to write books. It was for him to get money to be on podcasts because people know the whole thing with Diddy, him being cool with Bad Boy at one time. You know, Suge Knight done with the Power Rules. Bad Boy with the Crips and the cops. It all just make perfect sense. And then, you know, Diddy, you know, beefing with, you know, Bad Boy beefing with them because it wasn't, it really wasn't no East Coast, West Coast shit. People made it East Coast, West Coast shit. It was really a Bad Boy, Death Row shit. So let's get it fucked up. It was a Death Row Bad Boy beef. It wasn't the East Coast. It wasn't a California, you know, anybody in the West Coast versus everybody on the East Coast, which is like New York, Jersey, whatever. Like, nah, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Like, it was a Death Row Bad Boy beef that started probably from Bad Boy. I ain't gonna hold you. And the reason why the beef started anyway is because Tupac got shot in Quad Studios. If people want to know they hip hop history, and the people that, and the reason why Tupac came at Biggie the way he did is because he like, nigga, that's your hood. Like, that's your people. And you know who shot me, and you didn't tell me who shot me. So Biggie knew who the fuck shot Tupac. So Tupac was, ain't like, okay, you set me up. It's more like, nigga, like, you knew who shot me, and you didn't say nothing about it. You know who the fuck shot me. It was in your territory. Even though Tupac was born in New York and shit like that and grew up in Baltimore, then moved to Cali and shit like that. But it was your hood. You know what I mean? It was a studio where y'all was recording that. It was your people. People knew that you was in the building. That's why Tupac reacted the way he reacted with him getting shot and blaming Bad Boy for doing it. Because I'm like, okay, if you didn't pull the trigger, okay. But you knew the motherfuckers was like, you know who did it. After they shot me, you know exactly who did it, and you didn't tell me who did it. So now you at fault. That's how Tupac took it. Don't forget, Tupac and Biggie was cool. So all this shit happened because of that. Bad Boy not opening up their mouth. Maybe it was a setup. You dig what I'm saying? Maybe it was. But if it wasn't a setup, they definitely knew who shot him. It wasn't like, oh, people don't know who shot you. Man, the streets talk. You know what I mean? The streets fucking talk. They knew who shot him after it happened. Like, oh, shit, so-and-so shot. That's who shot Pac. And them not telling Pac who the fuck exactly who shot him. Not saying you being the snitch, but like, you supposed to be my boy. You know, they supposed to be boys, and you don't tell me you shot him. And then trying to blame it that it was Tupac's own people that shot him. Like, man, nah, man. It was people that came from that side that shot Tupac. Tupac had a lot of fucking enemies for no fucking reason. He wasn't even really out here thugging like that. He just, the image and shit like that, just the lifestyle. He wasn't really super thugging until he went to like really California like that gangster. That's when the gangster music came and all that bullshit. Even though motherfuckers doing that shit in New York already too. It just wasn't like big like it was and when California started with the gangster music. Because, you know, they want to get the props to starting gangster music. But those motherfuckers in the East Coast already rapping on some gangster shit too, on some hood shit too. They just wasn't really as big until like NWA came out. You know, the NWA is like, you could say like the birth of like gangster music. You could kind of say like NWA kind of brought that into the Easy and Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and all of them brought that shit in. You could say into the atmosphere when it comes to hip hop. But like I said, the whole Bad Boy Death Row shit, and then like the media boost that shit up even more with the you know, the East Coast making the East Coast Bad Boy beef. It's really the media that did that shit. The media boosted that shit up, and even Tupac used to say that shit, and Biggie. Like, nigga, this ain't no real East Coast West Coast beef. Like, this is motherfucking, this the media doing this shit. The media made it bigger than what it was. It was two companies beefing, just like 50 Cent and Ja Rule. It was two companies that didn't like each other beefing, and that's what it was. Niggas should have just throw hands and shit, and this shit never would have happened. Niggas was still been alive
we
and
know that
shit.
this is a murder case. No, prosecutors are not suggesting or saying that he pulled, that is Keefe D. Mr. Davis pulled the actual trigger, but under what's
Doesn't
called
matter if you pulled the
accomplice
trigger or not. You was
liability,
there,
if you're
motherfucker.
aiding, abetting, counseling, encouraging, then
You
you're
was there,
equally as
nigga.
guilty. But before you get down to the factual determinations as to whether or not he intended and engaged in premeditation with regard to this murder, and there's also a gang enhancement to the extent that they're alleging prosecutors that he was involved in a gang at the time, the Crips.
Yeah,
what
he
you have
Crip.
to get down to is whether you can select a
Keefe
jury
D
who
definitely
can hear
Crip.
and be receptive
Everybody
to
know
this
Keefe D
evidence.
Crip.
And so the essence of it is juries will be weeded out by making the determination as to first scheduling, are they available to do the case, do they have any hardships that might keep them away from the case, and then you get to the core issues of, hey, what do you think about celebrity and what do you think about fame? And by the way, have you read the book that Mr. Davis has put out on this?
It's just about him making money, y'all.
Have you listened to any podcasts? Have you listened to anything else with respect to what may be in the public domain? And if you have you formalized any opinions that would not make you an effective juror? Last point on that issue. In the event jurors say, hey, you know, I can't be fair, I can't be impartial, I love Tupac, whoever did it, and I think he did, you know, should be held accountable, then you're excused for cause. When that happens, Boris, anyone can be excused
Man,
for
he
cause
did
if
it,
they exhibit that
motherfucker. We
type
know
of
Keefe
bias,
D did the
and you
shit.
could do that all day and all night. They're unlimited. And then you get down to after the for cause challenges, which they just can't sit.
Everybody hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all.
In which you can excuse jurors for any basis whatsoever, as long as it's not predicated upon some racial exclusionary ground. And that's how this will unfold as they ultimately try
Man, he
to,
going to jail.
prosecutors in the defense with the court, select 12
He told on his, he
select
snitched on his
12
own
jurors,
self.
excuse me, who will
He
hear
a
this case,
dumb
and probably
motherfucker.
about 4 to 6 alternates, because you want those people in place.
Keefe
in
D a
case the
dumb
trial goes
motherfucker,
on,
y'all.
and it's expected to last a couple of months.
Yeah. Joseph,
Man, that shit gonna
given
last
that
a
news
week.
We just got about Suge Knight and even Sean Diddy Combs potentially testifying.
That's funny,
I
y'all.
remember watching an
Diddy might
interview
have to
back
come
in
out of
the
jail and
90s.
testify, y'all. Man, if Diddy motherfucking testify, he gonna blame all that shit on Diddy, y'all. He gonna be like, it was Diddy that told me to do it. He like, it was Diddy. I gotta put my clothes in my dryer, y'all. Washing some clothes too. He like, it was Diddy that did it, y'all. Like, he was trying to blame Diddy before. So he talked about the whole shit about Diddy offering him $1 million to unlive Tupac, right? Now he want to renege on that shit. He want to renege that, oh, it didn't happen that way. You are exactly, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like, yeah, like now he facing some real jail time and shit. He facing some real jail time, and he already old. So what the fuck he want to go back to jail for? Like, you gotta be a dumb motherfucker that think they wasn't going to motherfucking question you about a killing. Like, are you kidding me, bro? All the social media nowadays, are you kidding me, bro? Come on, man. He too old to be snitching. He come from the era too of not snitching. And snitching now because the social media. The social media should make you snitch on yourself. Because everybody wants fucking clout now. Everybody wants clout on the social media. Everybody wants to be famous now. Everybody. I don't care about being famous. Especially when it comes to your motherfucking your freedom and shit. Man, fuck being famous, yo. Don't give a fuck about no being no damn famous. Keefe D stupid. He a dumb motherfucker, y'all. Keefe D is a dumb motherfucker, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm putting my clothes in my dryer real fast. Everybody hit that like button. Tap in, y'all. Hit that like button. We've been having good conversations on here. You know what I mean? Talk about the Keefe D trial. Talking about the trial with Keefe D. The suspect that's supposed to be the one that killed Tupac or had something to do with Tupac getting murdered. You dig? Funny how I had a lot of people that popped up in here, but a lot of people don't stay. I have only one of my moderators that popped up in here. Move that dumb and new fool. Yeah, Keefe D stupid. He a new fool. Like he a new fool. He come from the era of not switching, Marcus. He come from an era of not snitching, and this social media shit, the fame, made him snitch on his own self. Talk about, well, now he trying to say, well, I was just doing it to make money. Basically trying to say he was lying. Now he gonna say that. Now people look at him like a liar. Like okay, nigga, you was a liar. Like, you either gonna stand on business or you not. Like, if you like, look, I always tell you this. If you can't, don't pull the trigger if you don't want the consequences, y'all. So if you carry a weapon, You know what I mean? Like I might have a weapon or whatever. You carry a weapon. If you pull that shit out and you use it, you're going to have to know the consequences. That's why, like, but my shit is for self-defense. You know what I mean? But if you just going out killing, murking people, bro, you got to deal with that consequence. You what they say, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's just how this shit is in real life. You know what I mean? So his consequence is you going to do, like, the rest of your life in jail for you trying to get clout. You snitch on your own self. And the story makes sense. They jumped your nephew in Vegas. Y'all retaliated. And then you giving details about how you got a gun, how they got the car. It's just too many details that you put in the book, that you put in different interviews. It just don't make sense. Man, such a retarded ass up out my chest, bro, with your little ass body, boy. Come from the same era of no. That's what I'm saying. Come from the era of no snitching. Come from the era of no snitching, y'all. And now he's snitching just to get money off the podcast. You know what I mean? Just to get money on Flag TV and shit like that is funny to me.
Come up in the trial? Like, can they build a timeline based on
Get your fake ass off my page, bitch.
Oh, Audie, absolutely. This entire trial
Clown ass
is brought
nigga.
compliments of the defendant himself, Mr. Davis. Because had he not run his mouth, as you just said, and wrote a book and gone on all of these podcasts,
it's all about books and writing. It's all about money, y'all. I said that.
This entire case, the linchpin of this case, is the defendant's own confession, which was what makes this so interesting. Because the prosecution essentially
Yeah, he a
has to
bitch.
prove
That
to
guy
the
in the
jury
chat just talking
that
shit.
Mr. Davis can be
Fake ass
believed,
profile,
that
boy.
everything he said can be corroborated, because they really don't have anything else at this point.
Yeah, they got him snitching on himself. Yeah, they don't have evidence. So that's so I want to believe it like that. So really, they don't have evidence. They don't really have evidence. The only real evidence they have on him is him snitching. So he can. That's his own defense. Hey, I only did this to make money. So if he can prove that maybe he wasn't in Vegas during the time of the killing, then he might could get off. But now it's gonna make him look bad. Now even if Keefe D gets off this case, it's gonna make him look bad. Now everybody like, nigga, you lie. You was a liar. You not. You know what I mean? That's definitely gonna mess up his hood reputation. And just in general, of him doing interviews, people like gonna be like, nigga, okay, you lie. You fake. Even Flag TV was saying basically like, I told you, man, Flag TV be a motherfucking fast. He like, motherfucker, this nigga was basically confessing in my interviews that he was a part of Tupac's murder. And he was asking him, like, how come nobody never questioned you about that shit? You basically, you know what I mean? Like, you basically, well, I got promoted. Okay, Dante. Okay, bro. That's what's up with it. See the homie got promoted at his job. It's a bunch of nonsense, y'all. If he get off this case, you said something will do with him, man. You know, Mark, you know what I'm saying? Just from him being stupid and snitching, bruh, and coming from that era, bruh, he just committed like suicide. And I would say like he just put his life on the line, like when it comes to shit like that, like for real, he put his life on the line for real. Keefe D, a dumb old motherfucker, nigga, like 60 years old. He a dumb motherfucker, just stupid. And you know you got something to do with the case. You know he got something to do with it. He talked about this too much. He talked about this way too much, y'all. Way too much. Too much details about the gun, the car, the whole connection with Diddy and shit. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Marcus? Like facts, you feel me? Like it's ridiculous. Like he stays on his own self. Like I said, he did this for money, y'all. Money and clout. That's exactly what he did this for. Money and clout. And he fucked his own self. Like I said, he just put his life on the line when it comes to this now. Because I said, even if he get off this case, he gonna look stupid. People not gonna fuck with him like that. And like you said, somebody might want to do him in. You know what I mean? For just running his mouth too much. Especially him being crip and all that shit. And that's him. Him saying that anyway is going off crip. You know, that's going off the code of being like crip. That's like one of the codes right there. Not to snitch on shit you did and shit like that. Not to tell too much. So he doing like the whole fucking opposite. He doing the whole damn opposite, y'all. Like for real. For real. Motherfucker did the whole fucking opposite, y'all. Man, like I said, y'all, we been here covering different cases on here and different things. I'm going to be different subjects I'm going to be talking about. You know, we did talk about this whole YouTube shit too, about YouTube changing the YouTube partnership. I talked about that on my early morning live, but yeah, shit about to get difficult on this YouTube shit too, y'all. Shit is about to get difficult on YouTube. They're making it real difficult for people to get monetized. So if you want to get monetized, shit, you got like to this year to get monetized for real. To try to get 4,000 watch hours. If you don't get that shit, bro, you're gonna have to try to get 8,000 watch hours after this, and that's gonna be real difficult. You think 4,000 watch hours is difficult? Try to like motherfucking double that shit and see what happened. But I did more talks about that on my early morning live. If people want to go back and replay my last live I did early this morning, I talked a little bit more about that. Right now, we was talking about the Tupac case, the Keefe D case. Yeah, like I said, that motherfucker set his own self up, bro. He a damn fool. He is going to have to move to Cuba and Mexico. Yeah, for real. If he beat this case, he definitely got to move out the fucking country. Take whatever money he got from these interviews, because ain't nobody going to consider him a snitch. One thing, you a snitch. You snitched on your own self, and then you snitched on your nephew that's no longer here, he got killed in a drive-by like years ago, like in a little after Tupac died. I think he died too. What? He died early 2000s or some shit like that. I don't know what year it was. The Anderson died. That's his nephew that they say pulled the trigger. So basically, Keefe D trying to get off saying that he ain't the one that pulled the trigger. But you do know you accessory of the case if you was in the presence of when it happened. So you still go to jail. It's just like if somebody kills somebody next to me, and I don't say nothing, I'm a part of the case. Like, you're a part of the case, even if you pulled the trigger or not. You was a part of it. You dig? Unless you was in the car and you didn't know somebody was gonna kill somebody and they shot somebody, you just have to be in the car. That might be a different story, but you're supposed to say something, because if you don't, then now you're part of the case now. Grandma here, if you want to, you said grandma here, yeah. Tell your grandma I said hi. Tell your grandma I say, hey, how you doing? Blessings to your grandma. Hopefully everything is well. With you, we just talk about this, the old Tupac case. Like I said, we got the suspect that quote unquote murdered Tupac is on trial right now after 30 years, and it's crazy to have a case this long, and the reason why he's even on trial is because of his own self. So it's kind of crazy for you to tell your own self, if you kill somebody and you telling the cops that you killed them, you stupid. You know what I mean? But everybody, make sure y'all sub to Marcus. Make sure y'all sub to Bug. You know what I mean? Like I said, YouTube is about to get hectic when it comes to YouTube too. You don't have to delete insults like that, banks, unless they keep coming. Man, it's my. I appreciate it, Bug. Yeah, much love to your grandma. Facts. Yeah, little punks like that, man, inside the chat. Last thing I worry about is people inside the chat. We've been having real conversations about real subjects, and I got more things to talk about too. I'm just like not talking about everything at one time. You know what I mean? Trying to split my lives up. You know what I mean? The funny shit is, when I end this live, I'm probably gonna have hella people that watch this video, because I had like 40 people at one time, 40 people that popped up here at one time. So like I said, it's not even about the likes. I feel like you can still get paid off YouTube without getting no likes on the videos. As long as you got mad viewers, I think that's the only thing that fucking count. Like nowadays, like, you know what I mean? Word, bro, word. I be telling everybody to sub to you. Like, I had mad people pop up. People been popping up here. It's just I don't get a lot of the likes, and I feel like the likes come from people that really fuck with the page. You get a lot of people that just come here for a quick second. They'll view the page for a little bit, see what I'm talking about, then they'll bounce. Then you get a lot of trolls that come here for a little bit, talk shit, and bounce. You know what I mean? For me to really get a lot of my moderators in here, it's real difficult for some reason. I don't know if everybody just on a different time frame. It's very difficult for me to get. I don't think I ever had it when I got 10 moderators in my chat at one time. And I know I got about like 10 moderators. I don't think I ever had 10 moderators in my chat at one time. And I said too, a lot of the trolls and people get intimidated when they see a lot of people that's mods. They get intimidated. I'm like, well, you could be a mod too if you ain't a fucking troll. But YouTube don't like, I said this before, YouTube don't like when you give wrenches to everybody. So you can no longer just give wrenches to everybody no more, because YouTube looks at it like you're buying people just to come back to your page, and they don't like that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so you can't really give everybody a wrench like that. Yeah, but I can't have it's hard for me to have 10 people in my chat for some reason. I don't know why, but it's real difficult for me to have about 10 moderators in my chat. And that actually will grow my page quick. If I had about 10, 15 moderators or people that fuck page, which I know I got 15 people that rock with this page, it's like YouTube making shit difficult. We talked about this before. You know what I mean? We talked about this before. YouTube don't like to push people out in the algorithm. So the right people that I want to see the page don't never see my content out. I got to figure out how to stop that shit. YouTube making shit difficult. I was just looking at something real quick. Shit, I rarely have more than 2 or 3 mods present. You know how many viewers I get. They're fried. Yeah, shit crazy, huh? You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, YouTube is like that. YouTube don't push people in the algorithm like that. So the real people that's supposed to see your page, people that really mess with you, don't see your page. So if you got really 20 people that really rock with your page, bug, most likely, I don't know why this. I'm just making sure people can hear me. YouTube don't push your algorithm out. Like people gotta know what time you go live and for you to have a decent audience. And I feel like once we start having decent audience in our chat, the algorithm is gonna boost that shit the fuck up. And how long you stay live. That's why I try to stay live for at least 30 minutes now, 30, 40 minutes. Now, I used to cut it off kind of quick. Now I'm like, you know what? A lot of time I don't get your notification. Yeah, but yeah, you don't. We talked about that on the, yes, y'all know if you know, Marcus, YouTube is about to make it difficult for people to get monetized now. I talked about this like a few times. They're making it difficult for people to get monetized. So I think after January, you're going to need 8,000 watch hours now to start having ads. You can still get money if you got at least 3,000 watch time and you got the subscribers, so you could get super chats and maybe a couple other perks. But to get fully monetized, you're going to need 8,000 watch time now. So now they doubled it. They made it tougher now. YouTube has made it tougher. Made it a lot tougher now. Yep, 8,000 watch time. I talked about, I don't want to go back to another live, but I put that in my, but I talked, things when I came on this live. I said I was going to talk about the Tupac case a little bit, and I was going to briefly talk about the watch time again. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go back and re-talk about something I talked about sometimes. So you got to, you know what I mean? It's alive. But yeah, you're going to need 8,000 watch time starting, I think, in February. But I think if you get monetized before that, then I think you're okay. If I believe like you're okay, you'll be grandfathered in. Just like like I said, YouTube, there was a time when you only needed like 500 watch time or 1,000 watch hours, right? Yeah, yep. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. I just seen it yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to talk about this today because I be on it now because I'm getting into like really looking into stuff like this now, so I could be like, boom. Hey, Miss Shawanda, how you doing, Queen? How's everything going, Miss Shawanda? It's funny how I seen you popped up on my other phone, but not this one because I'm just looking at you with one phone. How's everything going, Miss Shawanda? We was talking about the Tupac case. That's mainly what this live was about, Miss Shawanda. I was talking about the Tupac case and Keefe D. The guy that quote unquote was a part of Tupac's murder being on trial now, Mr. Ronda. So do you think, Mr. Ronda, Keefe D, the one that was in Tupac's murder, do you feel like he's gonna get charged with the crime? I'm blessed, Mr. Ronda. I'm glad to see you. What time are you coming on, Stink Bud? Yeah, Stink Bud, he be live a couple of different times though. But yeah, I think he live a few times out the day. But he got like sleep lives he do, and he got a couple real lives when he's like really on the camera. I think those are more like earlier lives. But yeah, but like I said, Marcus, I don't know if you do YouTube too, but like yeah, if you do, I mean, this is the time where you really need to like network with the people, like because like I said before, a lot of people are gonna get discouraged if people don't get monetized by this year. A lot of people are gonna stop doing YouTube, or they're not gonna take it that serious because 8,000 watch time. Like you will have to do a few hour lives every day, and have a decent crowd in there every day to reach that. Like that's 8,000 watch time. That's crazy. That's ridiculous, y'all. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna try my best to get that shit because if my shit don't, then yeah, I'm sorry. I might not be on YouTube like that no more. Like I'll be on it for a little bit, but like making money. But once it's something where I know I'm not gonna make money off of it, or it's just gonna take too long, yeah, I have to focus on different shit now. Yeah, Miss Shawanda, and much respect to Miss Shawanda. Miss Shawanda is definitely one of the ones that support this page a lot. She definitely taps in. Like I said, Mark, I don't know why you don't get my notification. I be live all the time now. Like I'm live at least twice out the day. Now that they're doing this, I might have to go live 3 times out the day. Even if I don't get a lot of viewers or a lot of likes, I might, because I get the viewers. I don't get a lot of likes like I'm supposed to because I don't have my real moderators in here, and a lot of these other haters, they don't hit the like button. But if I get my real moderators in here, I could get this page popping faster. It's the people that's so quote unquote supposed to support my page don't never pop up. I tell people, even if you miss my live, you could go back and hit the like button. I'm live all the time. I got lives that people can just go back and hit the like button on all my lives. I do that sometimes to people too. Like if I miss your lives, I'll go back and still hit the like button on videos I miss. Okay, yeah, he said he don't announce his live, so he just randomly go live. Basically, what I do, Marcus, I randomly go live. I don't have a time frame where I go live. Maybe I should, but like it's kind of difficult to have a time frame. So I randomly just go live. Just know like this. Just know I'm gonna try to go live about twice out the day. You know what I mean? And I might try to boost it up to 3 times, but hopefully 2 times I could go live out the day. You know what I mean? But I am getting watch time. Like I said, every day I'm getting about like 4 or 5 watch hours every day. So if I get 5, 10, 15, 25, if I get about 30, 35 watch hours a week, 40 hours a week or some shit like that, yeah, then I might get this page monetized if it can start moving up like that. You feel me? And then getting pushed. Like I said, it's not just about the likes. I'm just trying to get the page monetized. I'm going to bring the topics to conversations about different things that I see that's going on. We're gonna have a conversation about it. The mission is for me to stay live at least a half hour. A good live will be like 45 minutes, but yeah, I'm probably about to cut this live off. And got some other subjects and topics I might want to get up on maybe later on today. Maybe I'll go live like another hour from now. Just so I could space my lives out too. I feel like having one long live is cool though, but if you got like 2 long lives or 3, that's even more better. You feel me? It's just more watch time. I look at it like that, though. But I'm about to cut this live off, y'all. Hopefully, my next live, I can get some more traction with it. And maybe I might feedback on this case and maybe something else I add on with this case. You feel me? And I'll just add on a couple of things, different things to talk about. And I said the chat, y'all could time in and start talking about different things, too. And like I said, this is a people's chat. This is a people's chat. I talk to the people, but I'm just bringing my own topics to this shit now. I'm just bringing more topics to it. But I'm still looking for the right time of people that want to tap in and chime in about conversations. Let me know what you feel about the Tupac case. Let me know if you think Keefe D gonna, have to do some jail time or he gonna have to move out the fucking country. You feel me? Let me know how you feel about this YouTube shit. Yeah, much respect, Marcus. Hopefully I see you in my next live. Just hit that. Yeah, I don't know if you got the notification, that bell on. A lot of people really don't have the notification bell on. They think they do. You really gotta go back to my page. Sometimes you gotta go back and unsubscribe. And then I heard people say you gotta unsubscribe and then subscribe again to my channel, and then you gotta hit that bell to get notified when I'm live. So I kind of did that, and I kind of get it. You said who lined you up, bro? Man, nigga, my hair look way better than you, blood. Come here and talk about somebody when I look better than you, bro. Real talk. Stop talking about somebody when I look better than you, bro. Talk about who lined you up, nigga. It's your little dumbass fake profile of my page, bro. You got a fake profile, bro. You got a fake profile. I hate when these little fake profile motherfuckers come up trying to talk about somebody. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Line me up, nigga. My shit straight, motherfucker. Your shit ain't straight, bitch. You ain't right. You ain't got no motion. You's a bitch. And you gonna stay like that. You understand me? Like I said, I talk my shit back. But I'm about to get up out of here. YouTube, I'm gonna holler at y'all. We out.